What is going on, brother?
I'm still laughing. I'm sorry.
Man, that's not
That was
even
far
funny.
too funny.
That's not even funny. I'm gonna wait till like we do what we do, and then I'll talk about that a little further. How's your week been going?
Oh, what's going on, guys? Anybody that's in here even watching us, I'm sure there's probably like 2 people.
I mean, I'm sure we got a person or 2 in here.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Person or
People
2.
have posted up stuff, but I think they're going in and out.
It's all right. There's a person or 2 here. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Hold on. This is what we should do. We should do like the YouTubers that are like, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna just wait. We're gonna wait to talk.
Oh yeah, I can't stand that.
We're gonna wait
till somebody comes in.
We're gonna wait for the important part to start to talk about when we get a few more viewers. We're just gonna wait. Yeah. We're just gonna sit here awkwardly too while we wait. We're not gonna I can't even speak. We're just gonna awkwardly sit here while we wait.
Yeah, forget that nonsense.
That's so dumb. Why do people do that? Because man, I'm so important. I'm gonna make people wait on me. What is even going on with that?
Get into it, and people come in when they come in. That's how.
I mean, what's even going? Catch it on the rewind if you weren't here from the get go. We ain't playing with you today.
Your rewind's gonna be even more boring because then people watching the rewind just watching it stand there.
They're just like, man, why do those dudes just stand there all the time? Why aren't they saying it? I wonder if you could make a channel. I bet that you can make channels on this. And let me tell you why I say this though, before we go into any kind of Funko news, before we talk about the awesome guests we have today, before we talk about all the greatness that goes on in life. I was on TikTok the other day, and I don't really get on TikTok a whole lot because I feel like TikTok kills your brain cells. Do you feel that way?
Yes, I lose that. I've had moments of I didn't realize how long I was on the damn thing, flipping through crap, and I'm like, you lose chunks of time in your life.
Yeah, it's not only that, right? So when I get off of TikTok, I feel weird. Like I genuinely feel weird, and it took me a little while to be like, man, every time I'm on TikTok, I have this strange feeling after I'm not on it. So they somehow have the videos timed and everything timed just right towards addicting, right? I mean, they have figured it out to where they're hitting those what's it called? Serotonin. Yeah. They're tapping that serotonin in your brain, right? They figured all of that out somehow.
TikTok algorithm, man. It's something.
So I stay off TikTok unless I'm going to do something stupid, and then it goes on TikTok. But I was on there the other day, and I seen that people take cameras and put them in front of their 3D printer, and they have lives that go on for days of people just watching this 3D printer, because your 3D printers can take. I just printed a horse that took 38 hours. I mean, they can take 38 hours. They're not blistering speeds.
I don't know how that works with the lives work with TikTok. I don't know if you get certain. I don't know. I don't know how you get paid for going live.
Man, people tip. People we're tipping in this.
But there's nobody talking. There's nobody doing anything.
There's nothing going on but the 3D printer printing the thing.
So weird.
I'm not even shocked anymore on what you can make a channel with. I think that you could basically make a channel with anything as long as you decided that you were going to stick with it and you were going to follow through with it. I think that you could probably go anywhere with a channel. I'm trying to get into the chat real quick. I got to get over here and flex on everybody real quick. Hold on.
People over there.
Hold on. Say what?
So there's a couple people over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to flex on everybody a little bit though.
Oh, you putting something in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me flex though. Why is it not letting me flex right now?
I'm not even monitoring today.
Where are my lightning bolts at? What's going on? Oh man, I need to stop.
Chase put up a bunch of lightning.
I don't understand why it's what's going on with that and why it's not letting me do that. Huh.
Mm-hmm. But
here we go. Check this out. Now I've got to flex on everybody a little bit. Haha. Check this out. 20 months. 20 months now. I have 20 months now.
It's so stupid that we can't see those on StreamYard.
Yeah, I had to flex on everybody a little bit with that one. Y'all can't flex like that. I know y'all want to, but y'all can't flex like that. We're still waiting on about 10 more people to show up before we start talking. All right.
But I do want to bring in a very good friend of ours. He's been on the show before, and I think we were talking to him about it. I think we're at a point where we've had a lot of people come into the show before. We've done the interview stuff. Now we're just kind of we're just bringing in friends. We've had JB come back. We've had Chase come back, and now we've got another great friend of the shows.
Who do we got today?
We've got the man, the myth, the legend, the mystery box master. we've got the Luau.
Wow, man. Mystery Box Master. Oh my, well, it's my thing.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Y'all are assholes, by the way. I just think y'all should know that y'all are assholes.
I was wondering why he wasn't talking. I'm like,
I was
just thinking he was in thought so
I'm
much.
like, all right, well, Wayne's not saying anything. I'll just figure he's muted for a reason.
No, I'm sitting here and I'm talking and I'm like, and I'm looking at like news and stuff, and I'm like, man, these dudes are being assholes. Not even like acknowledging that I'm speaking. I'm like, what's going on? And then when we like, you were off and I got back to the screen and Chris is like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, oh, well, that explains it. That explains it. Well, I've been sitting here talking to myself.
So we'll give a little back before we do that, Chase. Thank you very much. We got to give you that superhero landing. Always much appreciated. But so basically, we were all sitting backstage. Of course, Andrew came in and we were talking. Wayne was looking through some research and stuff like he usually does. And me and Andrew just started talking. We're like, we're just talking about whatever. And I'm looking at Wayne's screen going, oh, he must be in deep thought or something. He's read something. He isn't saying a thing. We're like, okay, cool.
Like, shit, Wayne didn't even say hi. All right.
You think one of y'all could have been like, hey man, why aren't you talking? And I'd have been like, I am. What do you mean?
and then we dropped Lua out, and we're like, and Wayne's just trying. Now I'm finally seeing Wayne trying to talk, and there's nothing there.
Nothing.
Static.
Nothing. Y'all are assholes. I'm like, man, these dudes are being assholes tonight. I was like, I don't even know if I want to go live. What's going on?
So what's been going on in the world of the Luau?
Oh man,
nothing. Christmas. Finishing filming mystery boxes from Black Friday, so I have a lot of that stuff to edit through and go through, and that should probably take me to mid-February, maybe.
Did you do the Black Funko Black Friday mystery box? I'm just gonna.
I did. I had. What did I buy? I bought a Galactic one by itself, and then I went back and bought 3 more, and I did a video only on the 3. I didn't do a video on the Galactic. But, truth be told, if you get a Galactic and, you're not going to get anything Galactic, get a hold of Funko. They'll give you $25 credit.
So what did you think of those boxes?
They were what I thought they were. It's
stock dump.
It's a stock dump, but it's for your value. Yes, it's there. Some people got some, like 3 exclusives on top of the Freddy. The one box what was the one box I got? The one box was really bad. I think all but the Freddy was all from the same genre, and they were all commons. Or no, one was a Walmart exclusive. Sorry, the rest were commons. That was a real bad one. But the other ones were what I thought they were. It's a way that they could dump the exclusives and some of the other stuff and
stuff that's been just sitting on their site forever.
It's a way to get the Freddy. Obviously people are gonna want to buy the Freddy because it's technically at the time the only way to buy the Freddy. So, all right, $50 for a mystery box shipped. It's not bad.
No.
And when it said 6 pops, I knew what it was.
I did too. That's like when I knew.
No brainer.
That's
now, you did get 3. Most people got like 3 to 4 exclusives. So in that respect, sure, it's not bad.
So let me ask you this, being that I coined you the mystery box master. Out of all the different mystery boxes, the horror boxes, the pop culture boxes, what is your absolute favorite box you get every single month?
So I don't get every month, but Zobi.
So I've got Zobi. Those are fun.
In Zobi, that's probably the best for that kind of stuff. I mean, Ferrera is not bad for value. It's kind of cool stuff. But Zobi, for me, is probably the best and probably the most underwhelming. I'm hard on Bam. I really poo-poo on Bam hard because
I liked them in the beginning, and then they got worse as they went on.
The guy's out there. The guy changes his direction all the time. He just moves in all different directions, and it's weird. He doesn't stay the course. Like Zobi stays the course. This is what we do. This guy is like here, there. It's all over the place. And then, when you take out cool props and you put the stupid cards that he makes, I think it was just.
Yeah, I agree.
It was pretty bad for me.
I agree.
Stupid cards that he makes.
Well, they're his cards. That's what they're his cards. It's they design these cards and make chases. There's no value to it. They're his cards. They're not like Tops or Pinnacle. They're not sports cards. They're not entertainment cards. They're his creation.
I can make cards. I've almost done it a few times.
That's what he did.
I've got an entire box in my closet full of Bandbox stuff that I'm really never gonna. There's only really 2 items I ever got from Bandbox. I'm like, I wouldn't mind displaying these in cases, and that was because I was a huge Sandlot fan when I was a kid,
Yep.
and the Squints signed hat, and there was a Michael Myers actual knife, which I thought was kind of weird that they're giving actual knives.
They've done real butcher knives that they get autographed. They've done, I think, like 5 or 6 of them now.
But those are the only 2 things that I think I was getting Bandbox for like maybe a year and a half, and I was just like, nah.
So let me tell you my disappointment in the Black Friday mystery box. 3 years ago was probably getting close to my early like collecting days. I was probably collecting maybe a year before that, maybe 2, but not much further than that. They came out with that really cool like 10-pack mystery box. Came with that 10-inch Frankenberry. Came with all like they had their own sticker for these. Yep. So they had the green and red sticker, you know, like almost like a Christmas ornament. So you knew when you got it. And I even remember there was a scandal that people got all kinds of shades of upset that Funko HQ actually sold a few of them outside of the box for a minute. People got all distraught. They pulled them off the shelves pretty quickly because the only way you could get these pops were in that mystery box. So when I seen this mystery box, I had hopes that that's what we were about to see again, that we were about to see some kind of well thought out exclusives that you were only going to get in this box.
Well, the Freddie Yuletide. That was your special.
I felt like it was
which was weak.
Major disappointment.
But I think that was what they haven't done. That was the last time they did the Christmas box like that. It was the last time they ever done it. Was the Frankenberry, and there were some good ones in that one. There were some 1 or 2 that were kind of like.
There were some poo ones in that one. I mean, let's be honest.
There was, but there were some really good ones too, and they had the special sticker. People don't remember. I mean, years prior to that, that's how you got the some of the major ad icons were at a Christmas.
They were. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, right? So Funko at some point I feel like has decided that they don't really care about us as collectors anymore, or they don't care about the things that we started collecting for, right? We started collecting, I don't know about y'all, but I like the limited editions. I like the really cool stickers. I like the box of funds. I like the Friday mystery boxes. I like the stuff that feels a little bit more exclusive that you can't just walk out and buy in the store. Right. And if you do buy it in the store, it's a 5,000 limited piece run. And even let's just say that it's not even in reality 5,000 pieces. Let's say that 5,000 piece like Hot Topic did on this last biggie was 5,000 pieces here, and then it was 5,000 pieces in Europe, and then it was 5,000 pieces in wherever. Who cares? The point is that there was only 5,000 of them here in the United States at that moment. And to me, that was a cool rush of a feeling, right? I mean, that was that even when they were having the hot drops on their site, and we were all getting on there and battling it out to see who was going to get these pops, and you didn't always win. I mean, there was times where you were like, "Are you serious? I've been sitting here for 15 minutes and I just got booed on." And so I miss that from Funko. I miss that, like,
and now it's even changing more. Now to get like the Michael Jordan or the Disney, what was it, an 8-pack? You had to buy it on eBay.
Yeah,
you had to buy it from Funko on eBay.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, I think it even goes back to that. I mean, if we're thinking back, I mean, we're gonna have our look back in the years show soon, but I miss the true chase. Yeah, I know I've talked about this before, but the Funko only really seems to do chase for sodas nowadays. And I mean, when was the last time there was a real true chase on a regular pop? They're few and far between nowadays.
And if they are, they tend to be the common chases, not like the exclusive chases.
Yeah,
right. Right.
And I think Funko killed the value of their sticker, the Funko exclusive, because they just started putting way too many out.
I love the talk. You guys had a great talk last week about it. With the what's his name taking back over Funko, and whether it's a
Mariotti
shell game, whether it's not, who knows. But the problem is the damage is done, and you can't. I mean, I've seen it in companies that I work for. You can have something go really good and make those changes. It's going to take you, say, 6 months to F it up. It'll then take you 2 years to get back.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I think they've realized, I think they saw COVID and they saw numbers and how it was going, and they made bad decisions. And now those bad decisions are here, and to revamp and go back can be tough. I mean, it could happen.
I think if they're not careful,
using sodas without numbers now.
Yeah,
that's a really bad idea. Stores are canceling orders, so now Funko Shop's stuck with like Walmart and other exclusives. I mean, it's
a mess.
I think if they're not careful, that 2022 will go down as the death of Funko. If they're not careful and they don't like pull back, and I'm going to call it and say that they're not going to pull back, just based off hear me out, just based off this line that they just dropped. And I seen this line and I thought, man, if you were ever listening to your collectors, if you were using half a brain cell, this line would not be something that you would be trying to show people as a progressive forward, right? So let me show you this. I still think that they're going to go down, that this is going to be the death of Funko. We're all going to sit back one day and say that 2022 was the death of Funko.
I'm hoping not.
I hope not too, but I think that this is inevitably how this is going to go down. So out of all the lines on this planet that Funko, I needed this one. This is the one that I needed. I needed this one. I needed this one more than any other line that I've ever seen Funko with. This was it. This was hands down it. Out of everything they could have done to entice us to buy a Funko Pop, they came out with more of these pops,
which mind you have been on store shelves for probably
these Hamilton Pops are not selling.
No,
these things are simply not
bad,
selling.
And I think there's some kind of contract. I think there's a contract they sign with whoever owns the right to Hamilton, and they have to. I think we'll sign it with you, Funko, but you're going to produce this amount. We want these exclusives. We want this. I think it's a great play. It was great on Broadway for people that have never seen it. Obviously, the original cast is not doing it anymore, but it was incredible. Lin-Manuel Miranda, a genius. But does it translate to a Funko Pop? No.
I think if you are right, which that does sound like a good possibility, that's just poor business contract writing, if anything, to do that. I mean, and it's not impossible to do, but yeah, this was a bad idea.
I wouldn't even think that would be a license you'd want to go with, No. I mean, I think it's great for what it is, but it doesn't translate into a pop culture Funko collector.
How many people, with the exception of yourself, because you've clearly watched it, and the exception of me, because I have seen it, I seen it before the cast changed, though, so it would have been the original cast. How many people do you honestly think in the United States have seen this play?
I haven't.
I know they brought the original cast back to do what? They did it one time for HBO?
Right.
Or something like that. So if you saw that, you could got to get a good gist of what it was like. But unless you're going to New York and sitting in Broadway and would have watched this, you would not know what this is or appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. So they brought out these pops, and even if what you're saying is correct, right? They have a contract with them that says I have to produce X amount of these throughout X amount of time. I think that at some point I would just have to break my contract. I'd have to say, hey guys, these things aren't selling. I mean, so it doesn't make mathematically sense for me to continue pushing these things out if I can't sell them. we're going to have to come up with an agreement. You know what I mean? There has to be some kind of mutual ground that you can come with somebody in an understanding that this isn't working.
I think you're going to have some people like Miss Christina Payne did say that her oldest wants all of them. He's seen the movies and stuff. You're going to have some people, but I think overall, like you just said, how many people have seen it and even have a connection?
It's niche.
That's what I was trying to say. It's very niche, right? It's a very small community when it comes to this.
Hamilton is not like Marvel or Star Wars, or you could even go to Back to the Future, Goonies. It doesn't translate to that.
Yeah, not that there's not people that's going to want it, but you can't produce 100,000 of them. Because there's not 100,000 of them that's going to sell. I mean, you can't. And Funko has admitted this, which was funny because we had been like ringing the alarms. They overproduced this year. They extremely overproduced this year.
Oh yeah.
And that goes into the problem that they still weren't listening to the collectors. You have to think about what made you popular. What made you popular? What made it a want to go get them? It's not because we're all middle-aged males that have nothing else to do and we want to play with toys. It's because there was a collective value there. It was fun. You had a hunt, a chase. It was fun to get involved in it. But if you're producing 200,000 of them, they never sell out. Only 10,000 people wanted them. The value never goes up. The value has to go up in order for something to be a successful collectible. No matter what anybody wants to think, there has to be some value behind it.
I mean, that's what PPG is. PPG is based off of looking at sales, and if the stuff doesn't sell, I mean this is future probably, I mean, that's why Funko is at Five Below. Who 2-3 years ago
there's a real good point.
Would have thought Funko would be at Five Below?
No,
never in my life. Never in my life would I thought I would have found a Funko Pop.
But then who would have thought Walmart, Hot Topic, and places like that would be canceling orders? That wouldn't have,
Oh, well, I mean, Walmart's dangerous.
Well, Walmart's what they are, but
Walmart's dangerous.
Certain ones they'd be able to, they sold.
Walmart would cancel Coke if Coca-Cola couldn't keep product on their shelf.
Yeah, or Walmart's something else. But
yeah, I mean, if
that's a different beast.
see, Walmart has a philosophy though that you have to appreciate. Their shelf space costs this much money, and if you can't keep a product on this much shelf space, then they're going to push you out and get somebody that can. They're not saying that your stuff's not selling. They're saying that this space is going to make this much money in this year. But if there's nothing in this space for half the year, then it made nothing.
And Walmart Walmart, I don't know if they did, but years ago, Walmart would rule to the point where they would get companies to make different production lines to make a product for their shelves. They could dictate that.
Yes, they still will.
I know this for a fact. They would dictate what it's made out of. So say you're getting you could go to your local, for me it's Turkey Hill. For you guys, I don't know, a little convenience store and buy a pack of like Tasty Cake donuts, right?
Right.
Those Tasty Cake donuts may look the same in Walmart, but I know for a fact they're not made the same.
That's right.
100%. Powdered eggs.
100%.
Chocolate. They changed it. Everything changes to go cheap. And that they sell for Walmart.
Walmart's always done that though, but moving past that, you can't really blame them for canceling orders. You can't blame Target for canceling orders. You can only blame the people that didn't get the product from point A to point B in the time frame in which they said they would.
Yep.
Right. I mean, so that's where all of that got gray and messed up. And I don't really blame the companies for canceling the orders. Now, Funko should have seen that coming, and that's the scary part, is that Funko couldn't predict that they were going to start having supply chain issues. I mean, if you have more product than you have shelf space, why are you having a problem getting it from your door to their door?
Yeah, yes, but I gotta say that I think we brought this up a long time ago when they were moving their production to Arizona.
I think
we had said it a long time ago that they're going to start. They think this may be a good move, or maybe this is going to be a hard transition. But production issues are going to be a problem getting this up going and started and stuff like that. I want to go back to something too that Andrew had said, because out here in Orlando, of course, we're, being Disney is close to us. We're dealing with the same thing. Again, I still think Funko took a page out of Disney's book in this. And trust me, I'm not a fan of Mariotti. I think Mariotti is bad news. But he did get the company through probably one of some of the most successful times within the company. I agree with you. A bad CEO makes bad decisions and can take years to go. So I'd like to, I think everyone from Disney to Funko. I mean, I'm going to hope we stay patient. I'm going to hope that things don't get worse, but it's going to take a lot longer to fix things than it was to screw it up.
And they're going to have to do it right. They're going to have to, feed more back into the collector, because the collector now doesn't want the product. The pandemic is over and collectors are changing and moving to different things. And what they want to see to come back is they want new molds, the exclusivity back. And that's going to be a hard one to get back.
Yeah. That they're going to be really hard, because Funko's already kind of said that they're not giving us limited editions anymore unless it's through the NFTs.
They want to go the other way. Let's do unnumbered sodas, and that yes. I mean that's just wow.
Yes, I mean they're going against like everything that made them cool, which is kind of strange. But going back to their staffing issues, and so we know that it wasn't a problem getting the product because they had plenty of product, too much product. We know that it wasn't because of where they were at. It had to be a staffing issue. So Chris said it when they moved from Washington to Arizona. They are now hiring a staffing firm. They're paying these guys. Check this out. $38,000 a week for 4 months to fix their staffing issues. Mm-hmm. Now, every time that I've ever worked for a company that had to start relying on temp services, we're on the verge of death. I mean, that was normally the sign that you needed to start looking for a new job, because they had run the company in such a bad direction that they were having staffing problems to that extreme.
And Arizona is just an intriguing, because it's not a port city. It's out in the desert, so it's like if it was like there's no port where you're easily getting stuff, you're going to then rely on a whole new kind of workforce. I mean, I think that was, for me, that wouldn't have been a great move, but that's just me.
I don't know, but a lot of their decisions, and what this reminds me, when you were telling me, this reminds me of like, old school 90s Office Space. They start bringing in the consultants, and Bob and Bob comes in, and they just start wiping people out. I mean, this honestly 100%. Reminds me of this, to be honest.
100%. So that's kind of what I was reading while y'all were talking, and I was like bouncing back and forth trying to talk to y'all, and y'all were just being assholes, and I speaking back to me. but anyways, so I was kind of reading that. They kind of go over like they're going through their new changes. I don't like I think that Brian is an okay CEO. I don't think that he did the best job on the planet. I think that he did a better job than what's been going on.
Oh, great.
I don't think that he did the best job. I think that there's probably still a lot of investigations going on with him. The staffing is the most concerning part of that whole blog I was reading. Was anytime companies, and I say that like seriously, because I don't want Funko to go anywhere. So I hope that that's not what anybody thinks when I'm giving you my opinion on this. I say that like, heavy hearted, because every company that I've ever worked for that started having this severe of staffing issues were getting toward the end. I mean, they were finding their way toward the end.
It's tough. I mean, in the job market that is after COVID, your quality of people has decreased a good bit. So for whatever reason, it's hard to get the good talent. And, I'm sure that, and then to get new talent to come in where you don't even have the old talent, even harder to do it your way, and to care, and to have that kind of work ethic. Tough.
It really is.
And Chase, I think I've been saying it for a long time. I do agree with you on this. I think having your flagship in, of course, Washington, and having one in Hollywood, I think that's weak. I think you need to expand on that. Put some in more of the major cities, the New York City, even Orlando down here. We have so many exclusive stores that are down here that make it a big tourist destination. I mean, you need to start spreading that around. Put one in Chicago. I think that's going to bring up your value, and that's going to bring up your help push your stock.
Those are the hubs. I mean, for us, for the business that I work for, when we look and we've bought retail stores up, it's the West Coast, and Funko has that. It's Chicago, it's Orlando, and it's New York City.
Yeah,
those are
you should at least have a store in all 5 of the, and at least all 4 of the major cities. I think.
So my hopes and dreams are before we hurt people's feelings is that they come back next year. They come back really strong. They bring back some limited editions again, because I really want to see some limited editions. I would love to see like hotter exclusives. I feel like now their exclusives aren't hot. They're only making exclusives because they know they're weak, which is, I think, is garbage. I hate the fact that you'd be like, this is an exclusive because we know it won't sell at Walmart shelves. Well, if you know it's not going to sell like without a sticker, you probably should make very small amounts of them. I mean,
who did the video? I think it was Gasselcast did the video, and this is a great tell for Funko. Is here's an anime Funko Shop exclusive, and it's sitting today.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
it is dying.
And I'm not anime, but I love anime pops. I think they're
anime
detailed. They're great.
Yeah,
how is that still sitting there?
But we said that months ago that the anime stuff would stop selling out, and then when it stopped selling out, it was just like, well, you know that something's wrong, right? I mean, they're doing too many of them, but there is hope for next year, and I don't know if you've seen this, Andrew, so I want to point this out to you. Did you know that Funko is going to be going cross country next year? They have a 2023 cross country tour. Check this out. This is no joke. This is God's honest serious. They're going to have their own truck, their own venues, their own circus-like games where you can win prototypes and all kinds of cool stuff. So they are bringing the Funko HQ to you.
I am not for this. I'm sorry.
I am so excited. I am so excited.
I think this is lame. I think this is a Hail Mary that the old CEO started, and now they got to continue going through. This is a Hail Mary, last ditch effort to do something. I'm sorry. I think this is lame as shit.
See, I think we're going to see the change in 2024, 25, not 23, because 23 is where you've got to you're going to deal with all the decisions that were made, and now you've got to fix them. So you're not going to see it. I don't think you see it this year. They've got to fix stuff, maybe go with some of those old ideas. And then in 2024, that's when you can start seeing the change happen. 2024, it takes a year to deal with and fix it.
You think 23 is going to be a flop?
I think 2023 will be in the middle. I think maybe towards the end of 2023, we start seeing some turns and some better things. But I think for the first half of 2023, you're still dealing with what the decisions were made that weren't wise. Probably like sodas with no numbers, or
like this truck.
This truck is a great idea.
This truck is.
They should hire me to drive this truck. Funko, I'll drive the truck. You should hire me. I'll drive the truck.
I guarantee you, the CEO's kid came up with this idea and said, "That's a great idea. This is as bad as the Hydro Dip series that they decided, hey, we need to get rid of some hard stacks. Let's start sticking the Hydro Dip art series that nobody wants in a hard stacks, and we're going to charge them $25 and force them to buy these hard stacks."
Do you know how much content I'll be able to make with this truck? Do you have a clue how much content I'll be able to make with this truck? I'll be able to play Funko Carnival games at this truck. What happens if I win? What happens if I win Jack Turrent's prototype? Man, you're gonna have a stroke. You have a stroke.
Dude, we've already said it. We're blacklisted. You're gonna be blacklisted on the truck.
They don't know me on the truck. I wear a mask. I'll come in with the Mando.
You're gonna wear the Funko Freddy mask.
Helmet, man. Come in Mando helmet.
And then who knows what the NFT thing? I mean, I don't know. Did you guys see the what is it? The Retro Toys NFT series? Oh my goodness.
That's another thing. If we're going to talk, and mind you, I know everyone knows my feelings on these, and I know you do some NFTs, Andrew. But I think the NFTs are seriously I think it's bringing down the quality of the Funko name by constantly doing these NFTs, and I don't know. To me, it's just it's killing the Funko name. Doing it every 2 weeks is a little much. I think they have to back it up, and we'll see what their idea. Obviously they did that whole Monstar run 2 weeks ago. I don't know how well that did. We'll see. But depending on what they do, I think they've got to back it down a little bit. This one's funny. I gotta put this one up. It says, it's bad when they do their lives and only have 2 chicks that have no idea about Funko hosting.
Well, they quit doing their lives, so I guess we can keep talking. Let's keep bashing Funko for a minute. Andrew, I noticed something the other day. I want you to think about this. So I was on Funko's website because I am a fan of Funko. Believe that shit or not, I honestly look at their content, and I was on their site and I was looking at the view count, and for some reason I looked at the view count. I guess I normally don't, but I looked at the view count and it was 1,200 views. And I said, man, that's not
for
that many
600,000
views. I said,
subscribers.
that's not that many views. How many followers do they have? 690,000 followers. So then I said, well, that must have been a one-off. That for some reason that video didn't catch any traction. So then I went to looking at all of their views in this grand scale of videos, and their videos don't get any more than 1,200 views. What are they doing? What are they doing that you have 690,000 followers and you can only get 1,200 of them to watch your video? I mean, you have made some major mistakes at that point that you need to figure out what you've done wrong. I mean, you have made some serious mistakes at that point.
Well, I think, remember I told you, I look back through their thing. Last time they were even pulling 1 million viewed items is when they had that whole animated Funko, series that they were doing. Other than that, no.
How do you go that wrong? Can you tell me, Andrew, how you go that wrong?
People don't have any interest in what they're watching. It's boring. I don't think they like the girls. I think they realize the girls are just there for whatever reason, and they, it's what they're showing. There's no interest there.
So here's another thing that I'm going to tell you I'm confused about. If I was this company and I had as many people making content about my product, why would I ever employ somebody to do the same thing that other people are doing for free? Why would I not just send them the pops? Why wouldn't I send Tristan pops? Why wouldn't I send Collecting Plastics pops? Why wouldn't I send BOP pops? Why wouldn't I send Andrew at the Loo pops? If you're already doing it for free, if you are doing what I'm paying this production crew, because production crews can't be cheap. if you're paying if you're already doing it for free, I don't have to pay them. Then why would I pay them? Why wouldn't I just promote you? Yeah. And then why wouldn't I just keep doing my animated films and promote my content creators at the beginning and end of those? I don't understand. They have so many things that I don't understand that I'm telling y'all, 2022 is the death of Funko, because there's so many weird things that I can't.
I would love to see how their contracts work. What they're allowed to do with licensing, how the licensing goes. I'm sure every different license is something different, but I think it's very interesting. It would be very interesting to see that.
He started getting a WayneKo Experience.
Are people still doing that?
We did troll them for a while. Yeah.
I know we did it for a while.
We trolled them for a while
because they kept starting 30 minutes after our live started. So we had a couple of great fans that kept going over there and trolling them. And I'm wondering who probably sitting back there in the chat going, "Who the hell is this?" And then we ended up finding out that we moved to Tuesdays, and then
they moved to Tuesdays. Funko was following us around for a little while there. It was kind of funny. We kept trolling them, though.
But I do hope they come back strong. I hope they make the change.
I do too. I really do.
Exclusivity back, because that's what, in the end, that's what people want to see.
Well, I really do. I was honestly thinking today, like, what else would I collect, right? So let's say that I stopped collecting Funkos today. What would I collect? What would
I'd have to catch up on my Back to the Future to the Luau. Luau's got me beat on Back to the Future.
And Andrew, what would you collect?
Oh, I do other stuff. So I like this. Here I have some here. So I like these. I don't collect them all, but I think this is a great. I love the Handmade by Robots.
Those are cool.
So certain genres I collect. I won't collect them all because I don't necessarily believe it's not like Funko as far as the value, but for me, I do hot toys. That's my favorite. I love the art of the hot toy. I love the look of the hot toy. So that's for me something that I do, and I don't know. We'll see from where it goes from there. But yeah, Funko is just it's just so, it's not as expensive as a hot toy. It has more value than, say, a Handmade by Robots in the end. It's got not many have the licensability that Funko does. It's just some of the decisions they make and the characters they make. It's like it's head scratching.
This year has been very head scratching for Funko. I mean, undoubtedly, this year has been the worst. And I guess there was a time that I was really into super plastics. I mean, so I might have to like start revisiting my like super plastic obsession that I don't like see sitting around.
They're out. I mean, I think they were hotter like a year and a half, 2 years ago than what they've become. They're still out there. They're still there, but not to what it. Designer toys are tough. Designer toys is another one where it's very niche. You know,
Yes.
it's very designer, artsy.
Very
You know,
niche.
and I think people collect because there's a value to it. You know, they love what it is because they're looking at, okay, this is Marty McFly from Back to the Future. This is Sloth from the Goonies. A designer toy is not really like that. It's more of a piece of art.
Yeah.
And
yes.
when you look at a pop, there's collectability to it. There's like, I can buy this for $15. I love looking at it. But, oh, wait. A year from now, that $15 has turned into $100. I could sell it, and then I'm going to go buy more of this series, or I'm going to stop collecting Big Bang Theory, or I'm going to go to Back to the Future, or I just think that's the beauty of Funko.
Well, and even that, I mean, we're talking about what collectors, you know, focusing on what collectors are wanting. I mean, I think they need to get rid of things like, you know, their 5-pack and 4-pack boxes. I'm sorry, but normal collectors, I mean, sure, yeah, you can buy them all and get them for the same price, but normal collectors want them all in individual boxes.
So
it's a money grab. It's you know, here's the same pop, but I'm going to throw it in a 5-pack, throw a sticker on it. Here you go.
Yes, it's 100% a money grab. 100% a money grab. If it wasn't, they would come out with the 5-pack the same time they did all the individuals. If it wasn't a money grab, I mean,
they were doing it. What they did it 3 years ago when they did like the one that sticks out in my head is the Energizer Bunny. So here is people, and that Ad Icons 3 years ago was like everyone loved Ad Icons.
Yes, Ad Icons was the line.
So here's Energizer Bunny. All right, and then 2 months later, here's flocked Energizer Bunny.
Yes,
just flock it. We'll throw a sticker on it for you, and then it's like and that, and then I think the McDonald's is what for me killed Ad Icons, and Ad Icons used to be so popular because of the exclusivity of them.
Yeah,
there's no exclusivity with Ad Icons anymore.
No, and I guess I forgot that there was a time, because I have a whole top wall that's nothing but Ad Icons. There was a time where Ad Icons were super hot, and they pulled that on us a few times. You remember Chester cheese?
Yep.
So they gave you Chester cheese, and flock Chester cheese, and then
glow
Chester cheese.
Diamond Chester cheese.
They were all the same Chester cheese. They just kept regurgitating him just a little differently than they did the last.
Glow went to box lunch. The flocked went to hot top, you know, and that's what they, you know, or this one's in a t-shirt pack. And it was a money grab, and it worked, but it killed the product. And I think with Ad Icons, unfortunately, I think they're out of them. I think they're out of the ideas, or the ones that they know people want, they don't have the ability to make.
Yeah.
So check this out. Did either one of y'all get into the Hot Topic Expo that they had today? The drop.
I did only for the 3-pack, because Blink 182 3-pack was a must. I had to have that.
So I will agree with you. That is the only one out of this group that I feel like was even worth going there for. I mean, so you want to speak of money grabs. This to me is a money grab. So you have the Two-Face, which I don't really understand what the allure of going to get Two-Face is. I feel like he was maybe like one of those side characters that very few people even thought about most of the time.
If it was the Tommy Lee Jones movie Two-Face, I probably would have liked it a little bit more than the animated one.
Wait, so what's that Peter Pan one?
This rack right here is a money grab, right? So the Winnie the Pooh with Christopher Robin, it's at best, but it's not priced. I think those are selling for like $29.
Peter Pan's catching my eye there.
Peter Pan is a Hot Topic exclusive, but I don't know exactly what it is. I
think it's Peter Pan and then sort of like his shadow.
His shadow.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So it's Peter Pan and his shadow. So it's a Hot Topic exclusive.
That's cool. I'm digging that.
That's not the expo though. I mean, so that one's just a Hot Topic exclusive. Then they had a Stitch in the bathtub, which to me also was a money grab, because this guy's $29. You put him in the bigger box and sell him for $29. The 3-pack, I'm still 100% against these packs, but I think that this is the only one that if I went, I would have picked up, would have been the Blink 182 3-pack While They're Naked. It's also the only one that I think will gain and hold any value. I don't think the rest of them will gain and hold any value.
But I think if you do a 3-pack like that, that's okay. But when you start bundling them all, it just gets too much.
So I don't know if y'all's hot topic had more than my hot topic, but that's all that my hot topic had was this list right here. I didn't even get up to waste my time to go down there and wait. I figured if I go in there and they still have the Blink 182, maybe I'll pick it up, maybe I won't. But it was, God's honest, the only one that I would have went there for. I mean, they had the Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas is one of them that they kind of showed that was going to be there, but it wasn't. So I'm confused on what happened.
Supply chain issues.
Supply chain issues. That's what we blame everything on now. Everything is supply chain issues. There's no way that it could have been like man error.
And Simon, I think they made the different ones because they had the license to Blink 182. Yeah. So let's make a common, and a lot of people bought the common, and then let's step it up and do them naked. Throw a sticker on it, and we'll do this 3-pack.
I didn't even know that they did 2 of them.
Yeah. They did.
So there was one previous to this one?
Yes. They're actually playing their instruments.
Yes, yeah. I did see. That's the one I thought came out.
So they did one previous to this one, and then they did this one naked?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's blurred over their junk.
I don't really know if I blame them for that though. I think that was a strong 3-pack. If there was ever a 3-pack there or a multi-popped box that I thought had some value to it, that was it. That's the only one I can think that I've ever looked at and said, man, that has some value to it.
Yeah, this was the 3-pack, the naked one that they come out with.
Yep.
No, is that the one they come out with right now? Yeah, that's the
Topic Expo,
yeah, that's the hot topic.
Yeah, I mean, the other one they had was with their guitars and their instruments in front of them.
One's playing. I think they might have their butts exposed in that one.
Yeah,
I could see some value to these though. I mean, it's out of all the 3-packs that I've ever looked at, this is the one that I'm like, okay.
Supposedly they're making a comeback too. They're going to go on tour this summer. So.
Yeah, the tickets are ridiculous to get a hold of.
But I didn't
think they were a band like that.
Well, no, Tom DeLonge just rejoined the band during this newest album because of course, remember the last 2 albums they had a different guitarist. Tom DeLonge just recently rejoined, so that's why they're making a huge deal out of it.
So did you go to the Hot Topic Expo? Is that what you were telling me? That you did go?
Me? No, yes. I shopped online. My hot topic is it's not the greatest.
What do you mean?
It's in a mall. They don't know. It's a real small hot topic, very small.
So. Are malls really even a thing anymore?
They are, but they're dying. I mean, my mall's dying. It's depressing. Yeah,
it's very depressing because we have a couple malls out here. There's one that's either nothing but high end rich people in Ferrari show up to this place, or basically out in the ghetto that nobody wants to go to.
But I give it to you. You guys do have Disney Springs, so that's I like Disney Springs.
And a Funko store would look perfect in Disney Springs. Perfect.
So have y'all ever got into collecting these Hasbro? I'm trying to think of what they're called right now. The little series they have where they do the Star Wars characters.
Black Series?
I can't think of the Black Series. Yes.
Have y'all ever got into I do a few Black Series.
So they
just I like or that they don't duplicate a lot, but yeah, I do like the Black Series.
So Hasbro just announced that they're going to be coming with the retro figures, so it's going to be the Black Series in retro. So you're going to have the retro Boba Fett. Here, let me get to where they're showing them off. I don't know who this dude is, so whoever this dude is going to be in the retro pack.
Return of the Jedi,
yeah.
So
they were also in Book of Boba.
They were?
Yeah, they were in the Book of Boba, weren't they? They're calling it the vintage. I'm sorry, the vintage series. Because we're vintage now. Do y'all remember when Target came out with the prototype Boba Fett? Do y'all remember the prototype Boba Fett? It's all different colors, like one green arm, one yellow arm, green torso, black leg, purple face. So this to me looks just like that figure, but it's not in the prototype. I would rather have that figure in the prototype than I would that.
Interesting. Reminds me of when they tried to throw Christmas colors and call it a Christmas.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was kind of ugly too.
When they tried to do what again? So tell me what they're doing with these sodas again, because I must be like off somewhere when it comes to that. They're doing away with the numbers on the sodas.
Well, so the Black Panther sodas that are not out yet, but I think you could pre-order them. They are the first soda that they're not putting any numbers on, so they're not numbered.
I mean, why would they? Nobody's been buying the Black Panther stuff anyways.
So, and then supposedly that's something they're going to toy with it. Maybe eventually they will go all sodas, no numbered.
Oh,
I don't know, but I don't know. Let me ask you this though, because I've said this before. To be honest, I don't even look at the sodas much anymore because I'm just because I think they've just overly condensed the market with sodas. I'm sorry, but I'm just tired of sodas, to be honest with you.
I like sodas, but for me, I will go for. I'd rather just buy the Chase. I wait a little while, the price goes down, and I'll buy the Chase or the Common if I like the Common more than the Chase, and I put them up there. I don't like to play Chase roulette with sodas because, I think I did a video on it. It's like to resell a soda that you don't want, you're going to pay $15 for it, and a common soda, you are lucky to get $5 for it.
Yes, you're going to lose money. You're losing money. It's a
lot of money.
Idea. Yes,
you're going to lose a lot. I mean, now granted, it's to sell Funkos, and I'm seeing more and more people sell Funkos at 50% PPG. So that's what it takes to sell Funkos now.
Yeah.
But I mean, sodas, from the inception of sodas, even the OG sodas, you would lose money, and it's just so much. It's like, here, I'm losing $10. And even though PPG says a Chase soda is $90, you can't sell it for $90.
Yeah, lucky.
You're lucky to maybe get a $90 soda. You might get maybe anywhere between $50 and $60.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's like NFTs too. It's like when someone asked me if I was going to go for the Elf NFTs, and I said, I'm going to get the ones I like, but I'm not buying packs. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm going to buy a pack for a chance at getting it. But if you look right now, the legendary NFTs are anywhere between $30 and $50. Why not just spend the money and go buy what you want, then buy a pack and not necessarily get what you want, and you could lose.
Yeah.
You wait a couple days, it goes down. You could probably get those for anywhere between $30 and $50. The Grail doesn't interest me. And then you could probably put together the royalty set for roughly, I'm going to guess, maybe $100.
What is the royalty set?
So the royalty is basically it's a Freddy Funko normally, and it's Freddy Funko as Buddy the Elf, and he's holding the bottle of maple syrup.
Right.
But to get it, you have to have all the uncommons, commons, rares, and epics. If you have them all, after the 3 months, you get a coin. You redeem it for the royalty Funko Pop.
What do you just go and buy them from everybody?
So you can go to Atomic Hub, and once you're on Atomic Hub, you have money there, and then you basically can go to their set and you can go one after the other. I want to buy this, and it gets you the lowest value. Say that one's 5 cents. It'll automatically buy it at the lowest value, and you can go through the whole set and build it.
Oh, so you just go through the whole set and build it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild.
You can do it over time. You can do it all at once. Because sometimes for NFTs right now is where the market is hot. It's higher. If you wait a little while, play the long game, wait a week, 2-3 weeks, that price goes down. Sometimes it comes back up, but majority that 2 to 3 week window is your best bet to put a set together or to buy your legendaries.
Just put the set together. It sounds like a great idea. I'm still not doing it, but it sounds like a great idea. What's that?
If you wanted the royalty one.
Yeah, no, that's probably the only one I would want, to be honest with you. I like collecting the Funko Freddies.
I just can't do it. It's not something I can put in my hand as far as the cards go. It bugs me.
Yep, it's there.
So on their site right now, all I see is...
I was just looking through it. Here's one thing I want to point out, because I was actually just looking at the site. Look at the retail exclusives.
That's
214 retail exclusives on their site.
And you would never see like the Clark Griswold. That is a Walmart exclusive. You would have never seen that on the site.
I've got him right up there.
Why are they now putting these on their site? I think that when they started doing this, it was detrimental as well.
I think it's that Walmart cut orders back because they're not getting it in time, so they've got extras to deal with. The same thing if you look, the Home Alone set is actually listed right there, and actually $10 more on Funko than it was in the store.
Yes, it's $50 at Walmart.
Yeah, it's $50 at Walmart.
But that's a wall. It doesn't have the sticker, but that is technically a Walmart.
Yeah, that's a Walmart exclusive. It's 2022 Walmart exclusive.
Although if you look at it in any store, the stores don't have it with the sticker.
They don't have that. But you know, I'm not even really upset that Walmart doesn't put that sticker on there, because if you take the cellophane off, they went back to the paper stickers. You can't get that sticker off the cellophane. It's done.
They put it on the cellophane again.
Yeah, but it's done because they're not using a quality sticker. They went for the cheapest sticker they could get their hands on, which was a piece of paper somebody printed, probably used a glue stick on one side of it to stick it to it, because you know that was the most cheap way. That
I will give them credit for this one. That may very well. That is, I love the. I don't like the Elf one. The National Lampoon's ones is fair, but this one, if you see it up close, is just
it's cool.
It is the best. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you. This is a really cool
with
one.
the paint bucket hitting him in the head.
Oh, yeah, and it's there. Awesome. The rope is there. The pictures are. It's not like a piece of paper. It's raised. It's made to look. You know, it's worth $50.
I feel like they should do this now with all of their comic covers, with all of their albums. They should put that vacuum molded piece of plastic in the back of it, because that's what it is. It's vacuum molded piece of plastic. It's super cool. I think that was the way that they should have been doing it the whole time. The whole time is what we should have been seeing from them, was this right here.
It's really big. Cool. It takes up space, but it is just for Christmas and people that love it. It is really well done.
Yeah, it's really well done. But what I'm saying is, like the comic covers and all of those that we've already seen where they put the cardboard in, they should have just been putting in the vacuum molded piece of plastic. It's so much better quality. So much better quality. But that is the good one. But I was on their site and I just noticed that there is just a crazy amount of retailed exclusives.
In my Walmart right now, you can go and buy the Home Alone one and the Clark Griswold one, as well as the scene of Clark. They have tons of them still. Nobody's buying them.
Andrew, did you get this one?
No.
You didn't want the bazillion Spider-Man?
Nope. I actually, I'll be honest with you, I do not keep any Spider-Man in my collection.
No Spider-Man in your collection? I have like one in my collection.
I've got a couple.
I have one. He's out of the box, just because I felt like everybody needed an out-of-the-box Spider-Man.
Yeah, I will tell you, though, that you did talk me into the Stan Lee.
That Stan Lee is awesome, dude.
The Stan Lee what?
Listening to the two of you, I went out. I think I pre-ordered 2 of them. I bought 2 of them for the Stan Lee.
Comic covers?
Yes.
Yes,
Entertainment Earth?
That Stan Lee's nice.
Yes.
That Stan Lee's really nice. That's a good one. So let's
I saw that for pre-order, Entertainment Earth. I'm like, I gotta have that.
They still got like winter convention up here.
Dude, they've got so many convention items.
What is the winter?
A year ago, 2 years ago, you would never see this many con exclusives, retail exclusives, even on these sites.
You didn't like this one?
No. I like Elf, but this one for me wasn't worth $50.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just it's almost like a chintzy background, and you throw 3 different things there, and it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough meat on the bone for that one.
I think there were so many better scenes in that movie that they could have used.
They could have done so much more.
Even the scene of this movie felt awkward, so it doesn't surprise me when you look at the scene.
It's an oddball one. It's kind of like where they decided, like the NFTs today, to make Leon. Leon is one part, and it's like a funky part of the whole movie.
Yeah,
so much more you could have done.
So it doesn't surprise me that nobody got behind this one, because it was even an awkward scene in the movie. I mean, it was one of those like, what are we watching?
It just doesn't have the, I don't know, it's missing something.
I think if they picked any other scene, it would have sold. This is still hot. I did see this. I have not bought it, but it is pretty awesome.
And unlike Home Alone, it's pretty much just the background and the 4 pops in the front. But because it's National Lampoon's, for me, I like it. It's not as bad as this one. Not as good as the Home Alone.
I got this one. My wife had to have it. She had to have the
National Lampoon's.
Yes, she absolutely had to have it. So we ended up getting this one. I want the Home Alone. So maybe at some point I'll like suck it up and pay the $50 for the Home Alone. I don't necessarily know if I will or not, because I think that if you wait long enough, they'll all go on sale. Yeah, I think at this point,
I still think it's weird that Funko's selling them for $10 more than you can buy them in the store. That's just
Amazon exclusive. I mean, I am just like one exclusive after the other. When you're going through their exclusives, I mean, they are just hammered.
And the only thing you can think of is that all these companies cut back their orders because Funko's having supply chain issues. So they said, you know, I know this is our exclusive. You know what? We, instead of 100,000, we're only taking 70. We're only, you know, who knows? That's what I could, because they never did it before.
Yeah, I mean, something had to have happened that made them have so many of these exclusives on their shelf.
And I think overseas retailers are doing the same thing, because they have, like, you know, some of them you think you're going to get this and you're going to get a special edition sticker.
Hey, I just noticed something. Wayne, did you ever get your Venom cover from Entertainment Earth yet?
No, never ever did.
You know, I'm on looking at Entertainment Earth right now. You can see that the Marvel Venom Glow in the Dark is in stock right now.
Yep.
What in the hell?
I ordered it from Pop in the Box because they were out of them.
Oh, you did Pop in the Box?
Yes, I ordered them from Pop in the Box because Entertainment Earth didn't have any, and I need to like find my email and contact Pop in the Box and ask them why I never received my Venom. You never received my Venom.
Just get that thing canceled and just go buy it from Entertainment Earth.
Never received it. Never even got an email that said you're not going to get it. Never got it. I'm sure that it was an accident, though. Stuff happens. I'm sure that it was a clerical error somewhere. So there's just a stupid amount of exclusives on here.
It is. It's ridiculous stuff, and there's stuff on there that I would never thought. I like Disney, but I'm not going to pay $85 for that friggin' 8-pack. I mean,
it is a cool one. I like the Donald Duck, but $85. That's.
Let me get back to that one. Where did I skip that one at?
It was right down
here.
Right there.
Oh man,
it's cool. I like the box. I really do. But I can't do it.
I don't know. I don't know. So I guess the question is, can I take them out of the box? Or are they stuck in the box?
I don't know. I can't tell. I couldn't tell if it's like an acrylic.
I'll bet there's a plastic thing that you could probably take them off. But they probably don't have individual bases. It's probably one base for the 4, one base for the other.
So
and it has the pegs. That's my bet.
This is weird. I don't really understand this one. So
I like Pluto. We've seen Goofy. I don't care for the Minnie and Mickey. I like the Donald. I like Chip and Dale. The Mickey and Minnie for me just
Mickey's a boss. Mickey's a boss, so I gotta stick with it.
I just don't understand it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So are they going with couples because or
no, it's just a classic, the original 8 classic characters. Because you really got the fab, you can see from Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, and Donald, that's the original Fab 5. And then in time they added Chip and Dale, and then Daisy came later. But you basically it's just some of the most popular original characters.
Okay, so I guess it's okay. I don't see myself buying that one anytime soon. But what about this one? $60.
I think it's all off that the Disney special they did.
I saw it. It was interesting.
It was very lackluster.
I think it's all to try. I think they did it when they were filming the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and they said, "Listen, let's make this. It'll beef up and get you excited for the movie." But yeah.
It was very lackluster.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
was
was
hoping for more.
I was too. I was really, like, happy and excited that they did it.
Especially since,
in a
have
live
you guys
stream.
seen the trailer yet for the new
Yes.
Guardians? Wayne,
What's that?
have you seen the new trailer yet?
No, you know me. I don't watch TV a whole lot.
Oh, you're killing
Every
me.
once in a while, I watch
I
TV.
am so. I like the trailer and I hated the trailer all at the same time.
They're hiding it. They're hiding some good stuff. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But
no, but the fact that of what they're hinting at that is pissing me off. My favorite Guardians character. I'm not saying much because Wayne hasn't seen it. Yeah, I'm not trying to kill it for him yet.
I haven't seen it yet. Not yet. I will at some point. So, have y'all ordered y'all's Funko mugs yet?
It's DC, so why would I ever buy anything that's DC?
You know what? I got to send you some Christmas gifts this year.
No,
DC related. All DC related. Just gonna have to like introduce you to some DC. Andrew, how many of these have you ordered so far?
0. Now, granted, I would. For me, I have things and knickknacks around that, you know, if it was the right character or something like that, I would get it, put it out of a box, and display it.
I have the Hulk like this, and I actually drink from it. So, look, I can't I'm not being super judgmental. These are a little weird, right? So weird. my Hulk mug doesn't really drink that well. So if you're gonna drink out of it, you kind of have to it has to be hot chocolate or something that you're just you decided that you're not.
I think they're for display. I think, you know, they can be used, but there are more people thinking that people are going to get them to put on their desk and display them. And
why would I ever do that though? If I'm gonna have a mug, I gotta use it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna have a mug, I think that it has to have some mug value.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So my Hulk doesn't drink that well. I seen these in the store. These are really big. I pulled this one up because I'm confused as to why we have Flash and Superman as a combo.
Why wouldn't you put a pin of the Flash?
This was the only one that like had me super confused. I thought, well, what was the thought process? Why wouldn't you just have a Superman mug if you were going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That makes too much sense.
Is that what was going on?
Because it goes along with anything DC does. Nothing DC does makes any sense whatsoever.
Did I read that they canceled Wonder Woman 3?
Yeah,
but it's like gone, done, dead.
Yes. Well, it goes along with all the rest of their cancellations. I mean, look at the millions of dollars they spent on Batgirl, and it'll never see the light of day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about. I'm just
they were supposed to do Wonder Woman 3 and they canceled because there's word that they're actually Gal Gadot, whatever her name is, that played her. They may be canceling her out.
Did they decide that there was too much BDSM in Wonder Woman?
Well, the director who wrote and directed the past two walked off, said she's done. I'm out.
Why?
Well, after that last one, you should have walked out when you put it out.
Last
that thing was horrible.
Even Gal Gadot could not save that one.
No,
that was really, really bad.
The last Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah.
I don't even think I've
84.
seen it.
It was cool, the nostalgic of the 80s, but other than that, it was bad.
Yeah, there were some cool pop culture moments, but yeah, it was really the whole thing with the dude coming back into another person's body, that was just weird.
Yeah, it was out there. The first one was great. The first one was excellent. But
yeah.
I don't have a clue. Don't even know. I mean, don't even kind of have a clue. I have this crazy thing where I don't watch that much TV. Maybe I should try and watch some more TV. I
watch YouTube. To be honest with you, I watch a lot more YouTube. I catch stuff on YouTube.
And good God, when are they gonna wave the white flag on pop pins?
Oh please! I don't know why they keep doing
these guys.
Yeah, the ornaments too need to be waved the white flag. My Walmart has a crap load of them.
So my Walmart has a bunch of these. They also have all of the Chase variants that have been on the shelf since they first put them there. Nobody wants these stupid Chase variants. I don't even know why they thought that was a good idea. We're going to paint them like almost bronze, and we're going to call them Chase variants. It feels to me as lazy as the die cast. We're just not going to paint the die cast, and we're going to call it a Chase variant. No. It's unpainted. It's unpainted. You didn't even try.
You just etched. Let's not paint these. Etch in the Chase logo on the thing, and we're good.
Yeah, to me that felt wrong. It still feels wrong when I see people. They're like, "Oh, I got the Chase variant." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. It's gonna turn black. Pewter over time turns black." Everybody, Andrew, you had Hot Wheels when you were a kid, right?
Absolutely.
You played with your Hot Wheels, right?
Oh yeah.
When the paint comes off and it was pewter, what happened?
Yep. Turns black.
Turns black. Your Chase variants are gonna turn black. I mean, inevitably, you're gonna be one day you're gonna look and you'll think, man, it looks darker
spot
than
up,
it used
and it's
to.
gonna get spotty, and then yeah.
I mean, eventually it's gonna start like oxidizing and changing colors. It's
hopefully
like, why?
no one has it in direct sunlight or depending on the moisture wherever room you have it in. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's pewter. It's the cheapest of dirt cheap metals you can possibly find.
And this one, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I was not a fan of Jurassic World Dominion.
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it yet because I heard so many bad things about it.
I think it was cool they were able to mix all the movies together, but it was not good.
They need to
pop pins. They need to kill the pop pins.
I don't know what. Yeah, it's like,
who is buying these?
$15 is like, no way. And it's just, if it was different, all right, but they're not different.
No. I would say I know Chase has bought some of the pop pins. I'll give him that.
I have some too, depending on what they are. I have some sitting behind me, but I'm to the point now where it's like they'd have to make something really good for me to get a pop pin anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be worth it, right? I mean, it's got to be something phenomenal. Here we go again with these 7-Eleven exclusives. 7-Eleven exclusives, Amazon
Even 7-Eleven don't want to sell them.
Yeah, Walmart exclusives. So we have see, I am typically not a fan of these packs like this. I mean, it's when they just did it like that, it's just a pack. I am still like, I still might look for that.
Hey, there you go, the snowman.
Games out. There's stupid, ugly things right here, man. These things are like the dumpster fire of Funko Pops.
I still kind of like them.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy these just to set them on fire at some point.
And it's just like, what would make I don't know.
Their kid was sitting there with some crayons, and they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna do some snowmen," and they said, "Yep, that's what we're gonna do." The worst idea ever was this one right here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see those next year. They're like, "Oh, look at these cool Christmas things we got."
Look at
they'll put them in the warehouse and they'll bring them back next year.
Yeah. Would not be surprised.
Look at what they did with the DC gingerbread. They came out last year and they still came out again this year.
God, all of these things are exclusive somewhere. PX exclusive, Target exclusive, Amazon exclusive, Disney exclusive. Oh, look at this one. What? Disney exclusives?
That's a nice one.
That is a nice one. I might buy that one, to be honest. They have just exclusive after exclusive.
It is like an iconic ride with Mickey 50-year anniversary. That's a cool one.
The tower is
really cool. I've actually been on that ride. So that's a really cool one. There's just a lot of just blown out exclusives on here. GameStop exclusive. Target.
What's funny is this one. I ended up picking this one up in actually the Tower of Terror gift shop. And I heard somebody told me about it. They had it in there a while ago. And a lot of times these things sell out quick. They had a ton of them.
Well, that's kind of the problem, and Funko kind of admitted that they had been overproducing them. I think at some point they were trying to police the collectors, and I honestly believe that Funko came from a genuine spot. They were trying to police the collectors, so they were producing more of them, so that there wasn't so many people crying about the fact that they missed out on them. And they started overproducing at that point, and you can't when you're doing a collectible and you're in a niche group like we are. How many people, Andrew, do you honestly think are watching and collecting Funkos at any given time? Just in the United States. Let's not try and like think past that. Just here in the United States.
Definitely not what it was 2 years ago, and it sure wasn't what it was 3 or 4 years ago.
So me and Collecting Plastics, we're talking one time. We did a little video together, and we've kind of like kept in touch ever since. I would say, and we kind of mutually agreed on it, there's around 4,000 people at any given point in time in the United States. It's collecting or selling, or they're actively involved in the Funko community. Now, that doesn't mean that more people aren't buying. That just the active community is only around 4,000 people. And so when you see our channels and you see that the size of them, there's a lot of us that are probably tapping into that size of the community now. I mean, we're probably getting close to that.
Well, you
Now
got
you
people
start
like, but you got people like me who still do this show, but I don't do Funko stuff anymore.
Well, you start pushing past it because you get other people that are interested in other things. Some people just want to watch Andrew because he has his dog on his live. Some people just want to watch me because maybe I'm going to have Diesel at the end of my video. So you start to pull other people from different sides of YouTube and different sides of the world. But as far as an active community, I'm willing to bet there's only about 4,000 people in the active community in the United States. Now, outside the United States, that could be 4,000 in Canada, it could be 4,000 in Mexico, it could be 4,000 everywhere in the world, which makes a large number inevitably. But that's the size of the community that I think that they're catering to. And I think that they need to go back to what made them hot to begin with. I think if they'll just like stop for a minute and say what made us so popular to begin with, and then start redoing that, they'll find themselves in a better place very quickly. But I fear that that's not what we're going to do.
And I mean, there's a lot of people, if you look at YouTubers, there's a lot of people that are gone from the Funko space.
No.
That are, not doing videos anymore. If you look at the things they are doing anymore, the Funko's not in their background anymore. And, I think it goes from where the mystery boxes died to now where we are, where it's overproduction of things. And, it's a lot of changed from now to even go back in 2 years ago, or even pre-pandemic, because a lot of people with pandemic, were into the mystery boxes, and it's just, a lot's happened for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different reasons that it's almost silly to try and like say that it was just this one or just that one. It was probably
it's a conglomerate, I think. I think it's,
yeah,
the death of mystery boxes, you can attribute that to Whatnot all we want. I think it's the companies that are gone from it. I think it's the collectors that have changed, and people that have just gone and run the course where it's just it wasn't fun to them anymore.
Well, I mean, I think to me, I'm always a collector at heart. So, my wife asked me one time, because of course, adding more stuff, maybe to the background, maybe not so much stuff that's Funko related, to add more to the background, but I always seem to still go towards it. I still like the stuff. Maybe I do more Disney than I do now, but I'm still a collector at heart to that. But I think at some point, Wayne and I had many conversations about this. I think at some point for me, I started realizing that, if you, depending on what you're doing in YouTube, to me, somewhat Funko itself is such a very small niche.
It
and
is.
For me, being here in Orlando area, I mean, I was, not using Disney is just crazy. But, I think everyone, maybe depending on how far they get in their YouTube journey, maybe realizes that at some point or realizes to adjust. Wayne started changing a lot of his videos. You do a lot more other mystery box that just isn't solely focused on Funko. And I think people realize that at some point they have to branch out.
What are you talking about? I'm riding until the wheels fall off. I'm going to be in this game till the wheels fall off. And then I'm going to keep acting like that it's hot even after the wheels fall off. Andrew, what you got going on next week you want to talk about? Tell us about your channel. Give us some insight on the Lou. You know that you're still like one of my favorite channels out there.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I do it because I get positive comments and people enjoy it, and for that reason, I continue to do it. I always tell people, I said the end is a lot closer than the beginning. I think in February, mid-February, I think it'll be 4 years of doing the weekly giveaway. Where I give something, 2 things away every single week. I think it's 4 years in February.
Big
ball. Wow.
And that's sort of what the whole Sunday night show turned into. So I tell people, I guarantee I'll make it to that 4-year anniversary, and then we'll see. And I said it's still fun for me. So I think I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and they were like, I had these videos, but I find it so hard. I'm like, if you find it hard and you don't enjoy it, it's time to then hang it up.
I agree.
If you don't enjoy it, if it's a job and it's not fun, you're never going to make money. You're never going to be able to quit your job doing this. This has got to be an outlet, a fun outlet. And I think for some people, when they realize to do the mystery boxes, you got to sell them, and to sell Funkos these days is nothing like it was a year ago, even more so like it was 2 or 3 years ago. You're going to lose money. If that you're okay with it and you love it, do it. But I mean, for me, I still love doing it. People still react well. They love seeing unboxings. I still love doing big ones, like New Year's Day will be the biggest mystery box I've ever done and will ever do in the history. $2,500.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's the biggest one I've ever done, will ever do, but that'll come out.
You say will ever do? I ain't listening to that.
Will ever do. I'll never do one that big ever.
Yes, you will. I'm not listening to that nonsense. Yes, you will. So it's funny you say that, because like I watch these sneaker channels. I collect all kind of weird things. I probably have 30 pairs of shoes that I don't even like really talk about.
I'm surprised you don't have the Grinch would probably for you.
What's that?
I'm at probably, if you talk of shoes and sandals and everything, I'm probably about 120.
Oh,
Jesus!
Wow, I thought I was the one with the
problem. My garage has the drop front boxes. I sit levels up in drop front boxes. I have ones upstairs in drop front. I have others in
wait until
I would never wear. I have customs. I have expensive ones.
So where does your wife let you keep all these collections?
So majority of the collection sits in the basement where I'm at. Now this end will be replaced by, I have a very expensive case coming mid-year, and then I can start putting out the hot toys and things like that in it. And then I also have a storage unit that is all like meticulously laid out and numbered where everything is, and it's like climate controlled storage unit. And shouts out to I know there was a big unfortunately Glamma Funko had a big robbery of hers, so
unfortunately.
Wow, really?
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, she lost an ungodly amount of money with Funko. Yeah. Her whole storage unit was cleaned out white.
Oh, damn.
Unfortunately, I didn't ever like get into that conversation with anyone, because
so I have a storage unit. I have that. Now shoes are upstairs, so I have a garage that has drop fronts, because every day when I go to work, I wear a different pair of shoes. I never wear the same shoe back-to-back days. And then I have some that are collector pieces. They're upstairs in my closet.
Now, what do you mean never wear the same shoe? Do you match your shoes with your outfits? Because I think that's what started my problem. My shoes match my outfit. And there's a lot of people that think I'm crazy, because my shoes match my outfits.
When I'm wearing Nike pants, I don't wear anything but a Nike sneaker.
When I travel,
I wear Adidas. I wear Adidas shoes.
So when I travel with about 5 to 10 pairs of shoes. And there's a lot of people that think that's ridiculous. Like I go to big swim meets and they're like, you got on pink shoes today. Yesterday you had on green. I'm like, yeah, tomorrow I'll probably have on red. I mean, just a quick heads up, they're going to change every day.
I have Christmas shoes. I have Grinch shoes. I
want the Grinch shoes.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. They haven't come yet, but yeah, they're like fluffy. I have Sully from Monster Inc.
Yep.
I have his shoes. I have Mike Wazowski's shoes. I have
Kenny's,
Kobe and Jordan and Yeezys and
I have a pair of Yeezys that are ordered. Do you have the Kenny's from South Park? So I have the South Park.
I do. I have the Kenny's and I have the Professor Chaos.
Whatever.
But I missed blanket. I didn't get the blanket one. I'm tempted to get those because they're all fuzzy like a towel. Yeah.
Yeah. I got towel too.
I'm thinking I need to get a pair of those, but I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't have a problem. I'm gonna.
I grew up on shoes.
When we get off of this live, I get to go tell my wife that I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. Andrew has hundreds of shoes.
I've got 2 pairs of shoes I go through a week. My week time shoes I wear at work and my flip flops. That's it.
So I sat there the other day and I thought, man, if I lived the rest of my life, I wouldn't wear out the amount of shoes that I have.
And I take it to a whole new level. So number one, I clean these things. Like I don't get dirt on them.
You have to.
I mean, I have all these brushes and cleaning solutions, everything like that. And like the guys at work, they throw me. So if I'm wearing a good pair of shoes and it rains, I got it protected. I have these overcover shoes that fit like a Ziploc bag. I sit in the lobby and I put them over my shoes to walk out to the car, so water doesn't even touch them.
Andrew, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do?
What do I do? I work for a candy company.
A candy company. That's pretty awesome.
So I do like maintenance planning and scheduling. So I'm in charge of the line's maintenance and PMs, and I order parts and I deal with vendors and all that good stuff. I've been doing it for wow, I think this year will be my 18th year.
18th year.
Yeah.
Chris, what you got going on next week? Now that I know I don't have the shoe problem, I feel great. I feel great. I'm gonna make a whole wall next year on my
show you a photo that you could send to you can show your wife and be like, okay, see, honey, I got it.
I told you I didn't have a problem. She told me the other day, she says, because I have a whole like rack upstairs, like, and it's like a Funko wall with all of these little cubicles in it that have all of these different Adidas, and then they have doors on them so that I can put my shoes in there, and I keep them clean. And the other day she says,
I keep them in shoe trees. I have some that are ziplocked, and we're talking like space bag sealed, and even in like the electrical bags, because you don't want to leave them just in the bag with the special paper. They'll oh yeah.
The other day she says, you have more shoes than I do, and I'm a woman. And I went, okay. Okay, what is that? What are you supposed to like make me feel bad? Okay. So I don't have the problem. Chris, what you got going on?
Got an extra video coming out this week of a breakfast review at All Star Music. 5 minutes of Disney, same stuff. School is finally done for the semester, and yeah, know a little bit more about Photoshop, so we're good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't want to know anything else about Photoshop.
I love Photoshop. I absolutely love that. And I still haven't even scratched the surface of what that program can do. But I learned a little bit more, so I'm quite enjoying it.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We're going to get off of here so we can have
Andrew, thank you very much for taking time out. I know you're always busy. But,
always my pleasure.
Anytime, anytime, come on, hang out with us, whatever. But I always appreciate it. Love you coming on by. Love your show. Don't stop what you're doing. Definitely enjoy it. If you guys have been living under a rock and you don't know who Luau is, definitely get over there, hit Luau up, and show him some love. But don't forget, right now, Sundays, every Sunday evening, definitely hit up the Luau. You'll sometimes see me pop in there and harass him from time to time. But that's about it. But y'all have a wonderful night. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe button.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. We've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.